If you could sum your career up in one word, bearing in mind you've been doing it for so long, how would you describe it?
Surreal.
Surreal. That's a new one. Please elaborate.
Because when you think about it, when you're growing up, you're watching it, you're like, oh, it's mad. Like, there's no way I'm going to make it there. And then I was thinking about this the other day because there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm like, wow, I've done a lot. Like, when you put it all in perspective of everything that I've done, it's like I never thought I'd get to Japan. I never thought I'd wrestle people that I've wrestled. I've not thought I'd be on a show with Bret Hart and things like that. It's just weird. It's weird to think.
Awesome. So we've had surreal. Then we can add that to the list of things. But no, I mean, you've done. I mean, like I say, you've done so much, but do you have to pinch yourself sometimes?
Oh yeah, quite a lot of times. Because it's like I was just messaging with Scott Garland, Scotty Too Hottie the other day about AEW, about producing and things like that, just catching up with him, and it was like, this is a guy that I was fascinated with when he was Too Cool, WWF, just having just been on tours with him and just like, he's a pal, just messaging, like, yay.
That's brilliant. Okay,
Mad.
so, how's the week been for yourself? All right.
Pardon?
How's your week been? Is it all right?
Yeah, been off this week. I mean, anytime I've got a week off, I'm doing a million things anyway. So I had our Girders show on Sunday, and then on Monday, what did I do Monday? There was something on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wolfie came home, and then Wednesday, I had a holiday camp with PBW, and then Thursday I got some more ink, and then yesterday chill day, and then today's going to get the house cleaned before I go back to work day.
I was just about to say that. So you're always busy. So do you ever get time to yourself, like to relax and stuff?
I mean, take it when I can get it, but I never stop. Like, even in work, people are like, would you just take a break and just not do anything for 5 minutes? I'm like, no, because my brain's like this all the time. Just go, 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 go. So yeah, that's just me.
Yeah, I guess. And how do you juggle obviously work life and like wrestling life? Because I imagine sometimes that's challenging.
Yeah, it can be, but it helps whenever your boss is your twin sister and she was in wrestling and she understands that you need time off and you get that time off, no problem.
Oh, okay. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Leah is my boss, but she's got 3 weeks left before she goes off on maternity leave, so gonna be an auntie again.
Exciting times, exciting
Yeah.
times. So yeah, we're obviously talking about your career in wrestling. Let's start at the beginning, Kasey. How did it all begin?
Well, as you can imagine, like growing up watching it with my brother and my dad and things like that, and it's like, yeah, okay, we're gonna do this. And I remember saying to my mum and dad when I was like, I want to say 11 or 12, like, I'm gonna be a wrestler, and they went, okay, cool, that's fine. And then kind of petered out for a little bit, came back, and then when I was in college, so I was about 17, 18, and my friends, they were just putting on backyard shows sort of thing, so we would train ourselves in the local leisure centre on doing stuff and putting matches together and stuff, and then I would hire a boxing ring. So it really wasn't wrestling, it was what a lot of people know as backyard. And then I think it was 2009, I want to say, we got a hold of Bonesaw, Alan Cunningham of Kings of the North, and he opened his training school, Mega. And basically 3 to 6 months after that, I debuted with him versus Jordan Devlin and Rachel St. Clair for, oh, goodness me, what's the name of the company? It was a company in the UK, in Northern Ireland, that did kind of like what they do here, like the camps, but they would just put on shows all around the place. Wrestling.ie, thank you, that's it back. So yeah, that was it, and then just went from there really, and just became the driver for Bonesaw and everybody when we're going down to Dublin and stuff, and doing shows down there for NLW and things, and then a few more trips down there to take part in seminars with like the likes of Fergal Devitt or Finn Balor, Scotty Too Hottie and Rhino and things like that, and just kept going. So yeah, here I am, like what, 16 years later.
3 minutes in case it's already popping the big names out.
I know. I mean, sorry, I just dropped them. Sorry, they just keep coming out.
But like I said, you've been in so many multiple promotions and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
what's some of obviously your personal highlights when you look back at the minute? Like I said, you've done it so long.
Oh, personal highlights is the top one would have to be wrestling Gail Kim at Southside, and then it would be the main event match at ICW versus Kaylee. But yeah, there's so many to count, but those are the first two that always come to my head. But there's like I was saying before, there's just so many things. I'm like, wow, I've done wow, so much. So yeah, if it was all in tomorrow, I think I'd be happy with what I'd done. There'd always be that didn't quite make it to America or things like that, but we could do other things.
Absolutely. Now, I want to talk obviously about Iron Girders because obviously I spoke to a lot of people from Iron Girders. For
Yeah.
people listening, tell me obviously a little bit about obviously Iron Girders, how it all started and stuff.
So funny enough, it was during COVID, and Kaylee and Wolfie bought a ring because Wolfie had the gym. So we were all quite lucky to have that during the time during COVID, because we were able to go and train because we had our own keys and we could go in during like isolation and stuff like that. And then when we could all train in like our little groups of like 6, then it was me, BT, Wolfie, Molly, Kaylee, and Stevie, and we were just kept on top of that. So it was, and then when we started doing the closed door tapings for ICW, that was the only place people could really get to be able to go through things for the tapings that we were doing prior, so that the tapings could be kept as short as possible, and safe as possible during that time. So people would come, do their segments, matches, whatever, go through it there, get the timings down for it, and then go do it. And so it was really, really helpful to a lot of people during that time, and we had a good working relationship with ICW and GBWA at the time. So it just kind of grew from there, and it was something that Barry Wolfgang really wanted to give people a chance to wrestle like on shows before, like being on big shows and things like that. Basically just like a stepping stone, like they do in front of the friends and family and things like that, but it's kind of grown into its own little promotion now with quite regular shows. So it's nice to see the growth of it, and like a lot of the boys coming through going on to do other things. That you got Arcade Violence, who Wolfie helped with a hand into their training. Tag champs at ICW, you've got Levi, Eddie Castle, Tommy Lockhart, and a lot of them starting to really branch out from it. So it's really nice to see.
Yeah, and the one thing I like is, I mean, obviously I've been at wrestling in Newcastle. Levi can work a crowd so well. I've got to be
Yeah,
honest. Let's be honest.
he's good, and he's got a great look as well, and he's so eager, and he takes care of himself. Like he's got to go far, that wee man.
Yeah, I mean, there's also people like Robbie Cardwell, Martin McAllister. Those two
Um,
people. Do you know what I mean? There's so many. I mean, we could
well,
spend a whole hour just talking about the. Do you know the people?
yeah. Well, I mean, if anybody knows Iron Girders, they know the journey of Martin McAllister. From day one at GPWA to coming to Girders, the whole body transformation he's went through, to being like his win-loss streak being fallen to finally winning the championship, and it was like the biggest pop and the biggest thing. It was just amazing how it was built, and it was built over different companies as well, because people work other companies and they would say, "We'd want you to go over in this match." He's like, "No, I'm not doing that because I need to make sure I'm on a losing streak, because that was the goal." And it was nice to see a lot of like that sort of like KVB sort of stuff like kept going, and he was really in for it, 100%.
Incredible. And what about Robbie? What's Robbie like behind the scenes?
Oh, Robbie's he's like a wee brother to me. I love him to bits. He's as mad as me, and he's a great wee workhorse. He's usually the first there to help with setup, and usually the last leave. He's such a good hand to teach the younger guys who are coming through, like how to build a ring, how to do things safely. I mean, he works with scaffolding and landscaping and things like that. So he's very much all about health and safety and stuff. So yeah, he's a bit mad, but he's a good hand.
Absolutely. So obviously, I want to talk about obviously your character and stuff like that. Now, one of the things I love about yourself is your entrance is really unique. How did that obviously all come about?
Well, a lot of people think it's borrowed from like Shelley Martinez, whenever she was with Kevin Thorne and they were doing the vampire gimmick and that sort of thing. When really I totally forgot about that whenever I first started doing it, and I did it at a Comic-Con with ICW whenever that came out as like the hybrid Harley Quinn Joker sort of idea, and we just had a release of Suicide Squad. And in Suicide Squad, there's a scene where she's hanging upside down off the silk in her jail cell. So I was like, let's do this. And then it worked right away, and it just seems to work. Plus, nice little inverted cross kind of works with me. So
It's a good thing as well, and obviously you got the photographer catch it because it's just like so unique. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I mean it's unique, but it's also very silly because you're turning your back to your opponent, and if that opponent wants to jump you, then you're kind of set up for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So one promotion obviously I want to talk about is wrestling in Newcastle. We'll obviously get to the Benji question after. How
Yeah.
did that obviously all start for you?
So I was brought in. I was doing a training seminar with BT and Kez, and we had a show that night and things like that. So we just went on from there, and he brought me down, and it was me and Angel Hayes, and I love working her so much. It's just so much fun. It's easy. We don't really have to think about anything that we're doing. It's just natural, and I think it made an impression, and it just went from there. And it's a great night, a great crowd. I say night, it's like mid afternoon, and they're just all up for it, and it's always packed out. You're never let down by anything there. Like they take care of you so well, and it's just fun.
Absolutely. I mean, is that 2-3 year old now promotion as well? So it's
Yeah,
all
I
been
wouldn't
around
say.
bit.
Yeah, they're getting their teeth in, so I can see them like building. Hopefully to hopefully like the levels of north and things like that. It'd be good to see if they can get a little bit higher. But because they're so family based, it might be a little bit harder because trying to get more kids involved in it is it's always the hard bit.
Yeah, because when I think of your regions, you tend to like scare a lot of kids, which is kind of funny.
Well, I do. I sound so evil right now, but when it comes to it, if like my goal is to make at least one kid cry, and if I do that, I've done my job because I'm a big bad demon. And if I don't do it, then I've not done it. But there's some kids that like to try and be all tough, and you can see the fear in their eyes. And I was like, I'll take that. That's fine. Bye.
Yeah, and I know obviously Newcastle's working up now, obviously to crown their first obviously champion, women's champion, and stuff like that. You're
Yeah.
also going to be. I presume you're going to be part of that. Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest.
I mean, it has to be. I mean, come on, it's me. I mean, if I wasn't, I'd find a way to get in it.
I will say one thing. I told Benji that you are my pick to be the crown the first one. I'm just going to say that.
Well, thank you very much.
Absolutely. So Benji obviously sent a question is, and he wants to know what we're like working with EO Sky.
Well, it was funny because when I worked with her in France, we were all out and we were taken for dinner and things like that. And I literally sat beside me and I was like, "So, what do you want to do?" And she goes, "I do everything." Like, that really brings it down for me. Thanks so much. I mean, it was nerve-wracking because I'd been out Japan before, but it was with Ice Ribbon. So I'd worked with Mio, her sister, so I hadn't really known Io. So hello, Nico. Sorry, she just came in. And so it was mad the way that kind of like full circle thing. Like, I worked with your sister and I'm going to work with you. And wrestling's like universal. So it's kind of easy to put it together once you really know just like the ins and outs. But yeah, it was mad. It was mad because I had Leah and Kaylee as my seconds in the side of the ring, and then there's Kyrie and Mayu on her side, and Rossi was watching as well. So I was like, I don't need to screw this up right now. Let's show them how it's done. So I think I did well. She seemed to enjoy it, and I enjoyed it. So
Yeah, if I remember rightly, was it 3 matches like tag team, a mixture of tag teams as well?
yeah, so it was the tag tournament in Stardom that Lee and I went out for. So one of our first matches, like actually our first match was Io and Mayu, and it was a time limit draw. And me and Lee are like, why are they giving us a time limit draw? I think that they would go over, like they're established and they're the big names and blah blah blah. But we had a good run at the tag tournament there. But again, same thing, same sort of thing. It's just very, very different the way that they put matches together and like their psychology for stuff. So it was a big learning curve, but I always love all that type of stuff anyway. So yeah, it was good.
And the follow part to that question was seeing where she's now. Did you see it at the time?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like there was something that when she walked into the dojo where you just knew that's a star. Same with Kyrie, same with Mayu, and there was a few others there that you could see who were just like starting out. But because it's for them over there, it's a life. It's not like, oh, we're going to train into the weekends and put on a few shows. It's just every single day, like eat, sleep, breathe, everything. That's what they do, and you can tell the discipline out of them, all of them. So yeah, it's crazy, but I love it.
Absolutely. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you have a WWE tryout?
I had one, yeah. I had one, and then once it was 27, no, 2018 or 19. I had the tryout, and I was on that tryout with me was Sammy Jane, Roxy, and Courtney. So, and then Courtney, she was used for the extra work that day, on the Tuesday for SmackDown against Asuka.
Interesting. What was
Yeah.
what was the process like for that? Like, yeah, I'll try that again. What was the process for that?
So basically, someone just puts you forward for it. You get an email through, and then they're like, "Right, come on down. It'll be a couple of days." We all kind of have ideas of what we're going into because if people have done tryouts before, and there's going to be a day where it's promos, there's going to be a day where they're just going to drill the hell out of you. So please be in good shape. Blah blah blah. But they'll always set it up different ways. So like my first day, it was literally arrived the night before. We were getting our medicals and stuff done, and then I was just about to go get changed into my gear, and Regal goes, "You want to do a promo?" I'm like, "Okay." So it brought me in a room, and there's Brooker, there's Regal, there's so many people there, and he's like, "Just pretend there's a camera here and go." And I'm like, "Blah blah 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 blah." Away we go, and I made the time, and he says, "Oh, I was right." So next day it was like right into the arena in Manchester, and just get down to it. So that day was kind of easy. And I was like, right, they're setting us up for tomorrow. They're lulling us into a false sense of security, but they're gonna drill us tomorrow. So from what I knew, it was like leave the changing room exactly how you find it. Like treat them with respect. Like just be on your game. And the next day we get there, like me and Courtney cleaned the place, got a new bin bag, just everything topped up, and away we went. And then the next day it was a weird atmosphere. We were all standing there going, "Oh no, oh no!" And then Berkside and Johnny Saint and Regal came out, and Regal just stands, just like raging. And I'm like, "Oh no, here we go." And he says, "So we talk about respect and blah 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 blah. So the boys, why didn't you clean up your changing room?" And all of us girls just looked at them like, "Thanks." So because of that, that's when they go, "Now we're going to drill you." So they make you do like run the arena steps. So up and down steps, da, 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 and just drill you for like an hour and a half, just non-stop, to the point where people are throwing up, just sweating, passing out, stuff like that, just to see. I think it's just like, I think there's like a wee intent in them. I love to see it, but they want to see the drive and the passion that you have for it to get through it, and who really has worked for this. But yeah, after that, and it was all done, and we had little training matches and stuff like that. I love this one because I actually said to him in the hydro recently, and thank Charles Robinson for this, because it was a Tuesday. He came out, he was going to check the ring and stuff before SmackDown and stuff, and we were doing our training matches, and I was just standing talking to him, and I was like, all right, fella Robinson, blah blah blah. And I was like, "Can you do me a favor? Because it's probably never ever going to happen." And he's like, "Well," it's like, "Could you ref my match?" And he was like, "Sure." So he refed my tryout match with Roxy at that time, and that was just like, yay. So yeah, I mean, shy kids don't get sweets, so I took the chance.
Even though obviously it didn't work out, which, I mean, was it a great experience for yourself?
It was amazing. And like, yeah, I'm not there, but I have worked for them. I have worked for them a few times. I've done a few enhancement matches against sorry, 2 seconds, Nico, shush. Against Ginny in Blackpool, against Kaylee in Braehead in Glasgow, which was amazing because it was like a full ICW crowd. So they were like, "We've seen this match, we know what they can do." And Nina Samuels as well. So I mean, it was good. It's always good to get involved with that in any other aspect, and being invited back to do extra work a few times and over the last couple of years as well. It's good to see everybody and just catch up with everybody. So yeah, it's good. 2 seconds while I let this dog out. She's kind of getting her out again.
I know this was going to happen. You know what I mean? It does.
I know. It's because people are arriving and she's wanting to see everybody as they arrive before they go to bleeding gums.
No, we've had it before when a dog literally just took over the entire interview thing. But yeah, I mean, we go with it.
Yeah, well, Bella tends to sit here at my face, so I have to keep pushing her away. So she needs to learn that when Mum's talking.
So I want to talk obviously a little bit about the fan base and stuff like that. And I ask everyone this: when it comes to obviously wrestling, what's one thing fans will never understand? Being a wrestler yourself.
It's the line between wrestler and the person behind the wrestler. I get a lot of people that I'm friendly with, but it's that way where it's like, you're a fan of Kasey. I'm trying to keep my private life private, and getting friend requests on Facebook, on things like that, like on my personal pages. It's kind of like, and they get, why haven't you friended me yet? Why haven't you friended me yet? And I'm like, because that's my personal. Like, if you're a fan, please like the fan page. it's not that I don't appreciate you. I really, really do, because without people like you, we wouldn't have the scene that we have today. But it's I'm quite a private person in a lot of ways with that, like especially with my relationship with BT and things like that. So it's like, go this way, I'll talk to you at shows. But when it comes to the point where I need to go, please let me go.
Yeah, and do you know what? You're not the first person to say that, and that's something what winds me up. Do you know when it comes obviously to wrestling, is fans of like, well, they want to know everything. Do you know what I mean and stuff like that? But
Yeah.
I think you've nailed it there, John. Like obviously personal life, obviously wrestling life.
Yeah, because it's not Kelly that you're talking to, it's Kasey. It's a character. It's a person that you see in the ring that you're talking to. Whereas right now, Kelly's talking to you because we're talking about me and the career and things like that, the person behind Kasey. But when it comes to my private life and people going, oh, I see that you got a new dog. It's like, yeah, I put that on thing. Oh, I heard your sister's pregnant and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I haven't told you that. Like, so you must be following Leah as well. And it's like, right, okay, it's like, please just keep that stuff away. Like, my family's off limits, please.
Yeah, and would you say obviously that boils down to social media and stuff like that?
Yeah.
The good thing, obviously, bad side.
There's always a good and a bad side to everything. Like, there's a good and bad side to in your own working life, like in your shoot job and stuff like that as well. But it's just that way on this sort of level. People think, oh, you're a celebrity. I'm like, I'm really not. I just play wrestler at weekends.
At the weekends. Now, I want to talk about the name, the Mother of Chaos. How did that come about?
So that was coined by Billy Kirkwood in ICW whenever I was going through like a transitional phase from cutesy Harley Quinn wanting to be babyface to this other more like devious side of Kasey. And it was trying to get away from the Owens name because it was trying to differentiate from the Owens twins to who Kasey is without the Owens. And so I was doing like a whole lot of just getting involved in matches that I shouldn't be getting involved in and just causing chaos. And it just kind of stemmed from there. And I think that was like the height of Game of Thrones. So he had Mother of Dragons in his head and then chaos. So it kind of just blossomed from there. So thank you, Billy Kirkwood, for that.
It's a really unique name. I absolutely love it and stuff like that. Yeah. So 16 years obviously in the ring. I imagine you've had plenty of injuries then?
Oh, yeah, plenty. But it's that way where a lot of them are superficial, and there's a lot of other ones where you're kind of like, oh, I need to take time out, like whenever my wrist went from this to a triangle, because I'd snapped it in half, like things like that. It's just, there's other things that have kept me out the ring, but that's out with, like I came off a motorcycle and stuff like that. But within the ring, we try to keep it as safe as possible, but you do come back sore because you're doing the completely unnatural thing of voluntarily throwing yourself about a hard surface for the entertainment for other people, or doing stupid matches that involve light tubes and staple guns and stuff like that. But anyway.
You went about the TNT thing with Lucy Sky?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the match. I thought that looked brutal, I'm going to be honest.
There was at one point I flicked my hair and I went, oh no. And there was glass under my eyelid. So I was like, 2 seconds, give me a minute. And I had to literally pull my eyelid out and get the glass out of my eye. But yeah, those are fun.
Oh dear. So what's the longest you've obviously been out of the ring?
Probably it was whenever I'd done my ankle when I came off a motorcycle, because I was out from the December and I wasn't back until maybe the September, October. They said to me it would be about 6 months, but I took the extra time just to be extra careful because it's your ankle. Like it's once that goes, you're kind of screwed from that. So you just have to be careful what you're doing. And I've only recently stopped wearing my ankle brace anyway because it's got to that point now where I feel like it's okay. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. So before obviously you go out and perform and stuff like that, how do you get yourself into the zone?
I mean, a lot of people have it all different ways. Mine is just I find a quiet corner and just get in my own head and go, right, okay. A lot of people just sit and go over and go over and go over and go over, whereas I just need a moment, because if I keep doing things or keep thinking of stuff, I'll just get myself all up to high-do. So I just get to that wee zone and then away I go.
Okay. What about obviously winding down after a match?
Usually it kind of sort of similar thing. Like I'll just lie down, let it decompress, and then I'll go, right, okay, are you okay? I'm okay. Okay, I'm okay. Cool. Right. And then afterwards that's I just get changed, take the paint off, become Kelly again. Kasey's away. for the night. Yeah, Kelly's having to deal with what Kasey's done in the ring.
And you mentioned your face paint, and obviously your designs are so unique. Is that something you do in the moment, or do you obviously like plan that ahead?
Well, for the longest time, whenever I debuted like the black with the lines coming down with the chaos in the middle, that was whenever I was transitioning to a darker version of Kasey because of the match with Molly at ICW Fear and Loathing, because it was She-Wolf versus She-Wolf. It's like, who's going to have to go to that point to win? Who's going to do what? Who's going to do the most extreme? So that's kind of stayed for a longest time. And then the whole chaos idea kept going around in my head. And when I was wrestling Maxie and Peeler, that's when the half white, half black came into it. So the good and the bad having that sort of disagreement with each other is like, are you going to get Kasey or are you going to get Kasey? Like, which side are you going to get? And then recently I've just been playing about with, because of the new gear and stuff like that, it's just to see what kind of matches with it. But Jeff Hardy is a very big influence for that.
I can see I get that. I get that vibe.
Yeah. So, well, that, and there's a couple of guys, La Rebellion as well. Like they were saying, definitely use this paint instead and things like that. Because I asked them when they were over for TNT, because they use Potco pens and they tend to last a lot longer. But it's a pain to get off your face afterwards because it's actual paint. So you're kind of just like flicking it off your face, and it's not good for your skin. Whereas I tend to use just like Snazaroo like face paints. But I've invested in this like clown white makeup as well, because I'm thinking about doing like a full white face, but I'm like the ghost paint that I did at Eve. But then I realized I need to kind of have another look at that, because there's a girl in America that does like that sort of like white with a black clown thing with the villain across her head, and her name has escaped me right now, but I follow her on Instagram. So I'm like, I don't want to copy other people, so anybody who does face paint, I'm following you so I don't copy it.
Absolutely. So we'll obviously knock these fan questions out. Now, I did send you these beforehand, so you have obviously seen them. So
yeah.
First one's obviously was actually two. So first one's obviously from Heel Turn Media. It says, how reliant is social media for wrestling? Is it a must-have for portfolios / bookings?
Yeah, because that's where they see how active you are. And it is that way that nowadays wrestlers need to be almost like influencers, because you're the ones that sell tickets. So it's your face that's on the poster. So you need to make sure that you're posting as much as you can about the shows, doing promos, helping out how much you can, even if you're not there to physically hand out flyers or do postering and things like that. For me, that's something that I've said to all my guys and girls at Girders is get yourself a Google Drive, have all your different folders, have your CV in one folder, videos, matches, highlight reels, whatever you want in another folder. Your personalized music, please invest in copyright free music, because then you won't have your entrance ruined on like YouTube or anything like that for using copyright music. And then up to date promo shots, and just constantly refresh it as much as you can. If you're getting promo shots every other show and you like them better than ones that you've got already, update it. And it means it's a one-stop shop whenever a promoter wants to book you, and you go, right, there's everything there for you. There's an entrance video for you, there's music for you, there's everything that you need for your posters. Whatever else you need, just let me know.
I like that. That's nice and organized. I get that. Do you know what I mean? All nice and organized.
Yeah, because it makes it, because there's been so many people that have like email promoters and they go, hi, I would like to work for your promotion, my name is, and they don't link anything, and the promoter will just going to go, nah. So make it easy for promoters not to forget about you or not to ignore you, and go, here is everything for you. Have a look.
I like that. I definitely like that. And the second, obviously, one from Heel Turn Media was, what is the most difficult aspect of being a wrestler?
That's a hard one. I know a lot of people find it difficult when they're so in their character to stay out of their character. To me, it's the more physical side of it, because as you get older and you think you're invincible when you're younger and you're taking these silly bumps and you're like, I'll be fine. Please treat your body like a car, because you get your car serviced and taken care of. Do the same with your body, because you only get one. And I say it to all my guys, because at the minute I'm suffering with a lot of stuff in my hips, which is going to require surgery at some point. So it's that way where I'm like, please take care of yourself, or else you're going to be walking about like me at 36, who's walking around like a 90-year-old woman.
Okay, that last bit threw me.
Yeah. Oh no, honestly, it is bad. Like it's what we call hip impingements, but because we're doing something completely unnatural and throwing ourselves on the floor, you're gradually wearing your body down to the point where your body goes, right, how can I make them stop this? And it with my hips, because I've had some damage to my hips in the past from certain moves and things like that, it's grew extra bone on the hip bone, on hip joints. So then the ball socket can't turn. So you're say this is your ball socket. You can move, yay, it grows extra. So you can't. So it's very sore.
Do you
And
actually
then
have
that
any idea? Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, so then that can cause other issues like no cartilage in your hip, it getting broken down, osteoarthritis and things like that. So we're trying to get to that point so it doesn't cause that for me. So we'll see how that goes with that.
Do you have like a time frame for obviously this like injury and stuff like that? You don't have to go into details as to why and stuff.
It's just whatever the doctors say to me. I'm currently waiting on a phone call, so we'll see.
And actually, we got Healed Turn Media in the comments. He says, just dropping in. Thank you, Kasey, for answering my question. Got to thank you for sharing one of my first wrestling photos from Settle the Score last year with the mask.
I love that photo, by the way. Love it. Which is why it was shared so much.
Yeah, it is. I love it. I mean, I was at Settle the Score. I was obviously at the last one as well. So, and like I said, that's why I loved obviously. That's why I like the entrance so much because it's just so great.
Yeah, because I mean, you get into wrestling because you get involved in it. It's your whole boo, yes, cheer for the people you love, boo the people you hate, no rest of it. So I'm going to be the person that you hate, and I'm going to make you hate me somehow. So
you already said you want to make somebody cry. So
I mean, I nearly had a dad crying at the last one because he didn't expect me to turn around the way that I did at him. But yeah, that's what I
do. Millie Vanilla, if I've said that right, says, imagine if you had no budget, what's your dream cosplay, in ring or out?
Millie. No, there's so many I've got ideas for. But recently I've got really into Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel. So I'm thinking like maybe do like a Charlie Morningstar version going forward, or I was thinking like do like a Terminator thing at one point. So like my whole idea is like a nude sort of bodysuit, my gears on underneath, and then it's like dun, 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 the lights just spotlight on, and I've got so many ideas. I need to rein them all in and kind of make it like realistic. my favorite that I've done is definitely Papa. Papa was definitely my favorite.
Okay, interesting. Simon Gibb obviously is a regular listener to the show. Says, what's the go-to cheat meals?
Pizza. But then again, every time we're coming up from like a show in England, we always stop at Johnstone Bridge and we always get our McDonald's. But that's just a wrestler thing. But yeah, no, pizza for sure.
I've got to ask what the McDonald's order is now then.
So it kind of changes. Like sometimes it'll be a Big Mac meal with like a chocolate milkshake and an apple pie. Other times it could just be a quarter pounder or a double cheeseburger by itself. Just depends how I'm feeling after the show.
I love it. Double cheeseburger, straight to the point. I absolutely love it. Now, you spoke about this obviously one earlier, and this is from Jordan One Breezy. Obviously, is a good friend of the show. It says, speak about her match with Gail Kim on a last ever UK thing at Southside in 2018. He was there.
Oh, is he there? Oh, amazing. Yeah. No, it was mad because I remember whenever Ben said to me at a previous Southside show, was like, I want to give you Gail. I was like, sorry, what? Say that again? So yeah, I want to give you Gail Kim because between you and me, she's retiring, blah, blah, blah. And it'll be our last booking in the UK. And I want to give you that opportunity because there's so many other girls. I was like, why not Kaylee? Why not this person? Why not that person? Why not Tony? And he was like, no, because I want you to have it. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, it was just like knowing her from TNA boot camp and how down to earth that she is. Like, I still had it up here, like, oh my god, it's good. And then when it came to actually having the match, it was so much fun, so easy, and I learned a lot in that match. I got a lot of feedback from that match as well. And I remember at the end we were trying to figure out a way to do the finish, and I was like, I'll just take the eat defeat. It's like, no, I want you to kick out of that and I'll kick out of yours. And I was like, what? You want me to kick out the eat defeat? Like, what? Okay. And it's like, yeah, but I'll kick out your finish and we'll do all this. I'm like, cool. So she was the very first person to ever kick out of my killing joke, my running knee. And I remember lifting her up for the finish to hit her with a TKO. And then she did the roll down the back, roll me up, 1, 2, 3. And I've literally left her at this point, and at that point, I'm lifting her, I'm already crying because I know it's coming. Like, oh no. But just to have the opportunity to wrestle someone who was, I know people say it all the time, a trailblazer, the GOAT, and things like that, but she really was. To have the balls to literally just walk out of a company that she wasn't feeling appreciated in at the time and go on to do everything that she did at the TNA knockouts and show them why they missed out on that Gail Kim. That was just, it just was amazing to me. And to have the opportunity to wrestle her was just, yeah, just great.
Yeah, you mentioned it there. I mean, I can't think of obviously the TNA knockout without mentioning Gail Kim first, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's the pinnacle. Her and Awesome Kong.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Straight to the point. So, is there anything fans don't know about you? Do you know what I mean? Like one thing?
No, I don't know. Not that I can think of. Like I said, I'm pretty much an open book with a lot of people. So, let me think. They probably don't. Do they know where the Owens came from? I don't know. My great grandmother, she was Margaret Owens, and that's where it came from. And she lived till she was 102. So that was my way of like immortalizing her. It was the Owens part of the Kasey. But yeah, not that I can think of really. There is another Kasey Owens out there now, some guy in America. So apologies if you look up Kasey Owens and the guy pops up. So yeah, I need to have a word with him.
Oh dear, yes, I'll be having words.
Exactly the same spelling as well, and I'm like, the reason why I have KO is because I wanted KO in my name for knockouts. Thanks, Kevin. Because I've had the KO since like, was it 2009? No, not even 2011. I was Kasey Owens from then on. So I've had it since then. So it was before you, Kevin. So shame. And I was going through a load of different names, and I was a huge fan of Kat Von D, Salam. But I was like, oh, there's a few cats out there. Like, how can I do this? And my older sister has always been there for me, and her name's Kasey, but she spells it with a C. Sorry, C. So I was like, just put a K in because my name's Kelly, so it kind of puts them two together. And then the Owens was from my great grandmother. So I mean, that could be something that people didn't know.
I didn't know that, so that sounded fascinating.
There we go.
So if somebody's learned something, it's me.
There you go. Yay!
Now, obviously, I've watched a lot of your stuff and all that, Kasey, but I see natural heel and stuff like that. Do you prefer face or heel?
Oh, heel. I started my career as heel. And then when Leah came in, we were kind of like the heels in Ireland for a little bit. And then we came to the UK and we were more face. So we kind of just went with that. And then it wasn't like an official split. It was just, we went our own ways. And I'll thank Dan Reed for this, because he's like, you're more than just twins. And I want to see like what makes the twins and what's the different personalities with each, which is why Leah went her way and I went my way. But yeah, definitely heel. Like I feel more comfortable doing it. Because I, like in my own life, I'm one of these people that I'll just do stuff myself. Like I don't need help. It's fine. Like, whereas being a face in a wrestling ring, it's like, please help me. I'm getting beat up. Like, give me all your strength. Like, cheer for me. Where I'm like, no, I don't need that. It's fine.
Absolutely. So Ali Kane is in the comments, and he's obviously posted something. It says, "Who are you most excited to wrestling going forward that the wrestling fans may not necessarily have seen yet?"
I'm trying to think of what I've got coming up, but I'm mainly wrestling Angel Hayes the entire time up until December. Let's think. Is this like just pick anybody that I would like to work with, or is it just like who am I working coming up?
Annie, can you have some clarity on all that?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But
is that where it's like people ask these questions like, I need a little bit more, just a little bit more so I can give you the answer you're looking for?
Yeah. I mean, Angel Hayes is obviously a phenomenal talent as well. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, she's brilliant.
It still baffles me how young she is as well. Do you know, and how long she's been going?
Well, we like to joke with her all the time that she's like Kaylee Ray 2.0, because they both started wrestling when they were 13. And that's her thing. And she's the way that she works, and because she idolized Kaylee, like she was at merch at PBW watching Kaylee Ray. So that sort of impact on Angel there is just, you can see it in the way she moves, the way she flicks her hair, the way that like she hits her super kick and things like that. It's just mad. But I mean, there's a few boys in my training school I would like to work. Like I've worked Eddie Castle, Kasey Owens would be fun to work with. Brannigan is another one because he's so different. He's kind of the same mindset as me. He's like, I'm gonna hit you hard and I'll apologize later. But it's that way. He's kind of like very old school.
Seen you and Angel wrestle many times at BCW, so
and we do love it. We do love it. It's like the never-ending story. It's kind of like the new version of Kaylee Ray and Carmel Jacobs. So,
dear. What's she like behind the scenes? Because I mean, she's always smiling as well.
Oh yeah, she's like what you see out there is just Angel. Like you get the same thing there as you see as you get in the ring. She's just a lovely person. I mean, don't get me wrong. We all have our days, but like 99.9% of the time, it's like hi. It's annoyingly happy.
Annoyingly happy? Is that even a thing?
I mean, it can be, especially for me. I need to be quiet, and she's still at that stage where she's so hyper about everything, and I'm like, I'm the old woman in the back of the car. Like, can you just for a minute? I'm sore.
Right, we'll go back to obviously what Haney said and stuff like that. I mean, here we are, Kasey. I mean, you've done so much, obviously, in like 16 years and stuff like that. What's next for you? What do you want? What's to achieve for you now?
For me, it's like obviously like age is getting there and things like that. It would just be to make it in America. I would love to go to Mexico, but the way they work scares the hell out of me. I do. I've got a lot of friends out there and stuff like that, and it's very intense out there. But I have done, like when I was out in 2017, I did a few customs out there, but it's not the same as actually wrestling a show out there. So I would love to at some point eventually get out there and visit Kaylee and Stevie and Viper and stuff, and maybe while I'm there, jump on a show.
What about promotions? Because it seems like you've been absolutely everywhere. I don't think there's anywhere you've not been.
Yeah, it's been a lot of places. A lot of places I would like to go back to. I would love to go back to Progress. I would love to go back to North, and things like that. But yeah, like I'm like DMs are open, guys. Like I'm here. So we'll see what we can get.
Absolutely, hit her up and stuff like that. What about opponents? You know what I mean? Is there any you'd like to get in the ring with?
I would love to get in the ring with Kanji because I've been in tags and things, but I've not actually had Kanji one-on-one. Charlie Evans. Yes, Charlie Evans. I would like to when she's back. There's been just so many people recently that have come up. Rain Leverkusen, like she's exploded onto the scene, unreal. Like, but yeah, there's you can see there's a lot of names from Eve there. I never had a chance to wrestle Alex Windsor in a singles. We had like multi-ways tags, but we never wrestled one-on-one. And anytime it was booked, one of us couldn't make it or got injured or whatever. And it was like, the fates are just saying no right now. Like, like what? When is it going to be? Maybe on a bigger stage.
Who knows and stuff like that. So, being so obviously wrestling and stuff like that, work and stuff. Do you get the chance to watch wrestling from like a fan's point of view?
I try to, but then the wrestler's brain comes into it. Although saying that, recently a few pay-per-views that I've watched, I've managed just to chill and just enjoy it, and that it's good to get back to that because you're such a student of the game and you're going, oh, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that. Oh, maybe that was a mistake, or maybe that was just a wee bit of miscommunication, that sort of thing. And just to watch it and just get engrossed in the story that they're telling, it's a testament to them to get a wrestler to actually just enjoy it because they've caught you back to where you were when you were younger and you enjoyed it because of the story behind it. So yeah.
Yeah, Annie's not got back to me, so I don't even know the context of that question. So I'm going to leave them. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, you've done so much and stuff like that. I've got just throw a random question out there. What's the go-to music?
Go-to music?
Yes.
As in genre or my entrance music?
The genre-wise.
Genre, metal.
Yes.
Metal or glam rock.
Come on, what's some of your bands?
Motley Crue is my top. Recently, I mentioned this before, I'm a big Kat Von D fan. She's been releasing a lot of music a lot recently. Her and her husband Prayers. Very much, it's very 80s rock synth sort of thing that they're doing, and I really like that at the minute. Country, now I do like country as well. Jelly Roll is like a go-to for just like chilling. But yeah, if I'm to put on music, it's a lot of heavier stuff, Slipknot and things like that. So
Yeah,
seen
I
Slipknot
love
live, amazing. Limp Bizkit live, amazing. Korn, great.
I love Slipknot. Do you know what I mean? And I love
Yeah.
one of my favorite songs is actually "Dead Memories."
Oh, nice. I know for me that actually the face paint started because of Joy, because that's when I debuted the face paint at the Total Carnage weekender at TNT.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
'cause I'd been speaking to Dan Reed throughout COVID, and it says, "What's the next level, to mother? Like, what is the next level to her?" It's like, I'm thinking about face paint, and he was like, and he just really, his voice note back was, "Yes, this makes so much sense. Let's do it." And I was like, "Okay." It's like that is logical. Why wouldn't you put on face paint? Da 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 da. So yeah, and then when it was the first like big shows back, which just happened to be a full death match show, which I near died, legit. Um, I was like, he said this, like, how many would you do? I was like, two, but if you need me, I'll do the three. And they're like, okay. And then it was like 2 days beforehand, it's like, could you do the three? And I was like, okay. And I was like, but I wanted to show the levels of Kasey through each one. So that's why that darker side of Kasey came out. Never mind the passing of Joey Jordison at the time. It was my way to tribute to him. So it kind of all came together quite nicely with how it happened. So yeah.
One of my favorite drummers of all time as well.
Oh yeah. Like one of the goats.
Like one of my
so good.
yeah, one of my favorite videos is actually him playing the Heretic Anthem on drums. It's so quick.
Yeah, it's unreal. When you watch it, you're like what, man? Like, going on.
You just be like, "Wait, what? How is he doing that?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like he's just sitting there like doing nothing, but everyone's going. And you're like, he's going that fast, you can't see it.
Even I'm not that quick when I'm drumming.
To be fair though, like how the guys in freaking it's gone for me. They play ridiculously fast. Dragon Force. How they play, I have no idea. Like, how the hell?
Dave McIntosh, I think it was. It's not that person now. It's obviously been replaced. I do obviously read a lot of bands. That's why I know who it is. But yeah, it was Dave McIntosh, but I ain't got a clue who it is now.
Oh, no idea. No idea myself.
Dear. Awesome. Do you know what? Yes, it's been an absolute blast. I hope you've enjoyed yourself today.
Yeah, I have. I've actually thought of something that people might not know about me, and it's a reason for this.
Okay.
The new ink is I'm a member of the Satanic Temple, so that a lot of people don't realize that. That's why it's the inverted cross for the entrance and things like that as well. It's not that I'm a Satanist. I just agree with a lot of their policies. They're more of like a political group rather than a religious group, and they're trying to get religion out of politics. So they've done a lot of stuff for a lot of people in America, whereas because they're deemed as a religious group out there, they're if you become a member of the Satanic Temple, then you have access to like birth control and things like that, which because of the overturn of Roe v. Wade, a lot of states in America have like closed all that sort of access to people, like the right to abortion and things like that. So like I've been a member of them since like 2020. So yeah, that's something that people didn't know.
This is a bit more educational for me, let's be honest.
Yeah. So a lot of people think, oh, you don't sacrifice things and stuff. I was like, no, that's church. That's Anton LaFey. That's that side of it. Like, no. Go watch Hail Satan, you'll understand. It was a documentary on Netflix. You'll understand.
Absolutely. So, Kasey, is there anything you'd like to plug before we head off?
So I've got a few dates coming up. All of it's all on my social medias. So the Kasey Owens / on Twitter now, because I changed that handle because of the other Kasey Owens. And Kasey Owens 11, I believe, on Instagram. But if you need anything, the DMs are always open.
Absolutely. Go check out obviously Girders as well. When's that?
Oh,
next
yeah.
show for them?
The next show is actually at M&D's Holiday Park on the 10th of August. So you'll see us there. Me trying to not look like I'm having fun.
So what we'll do, we'll put all the links obviously in the description of this video so people can jump from this straight to obviously socials and Girders and go support it. How's that?
Yeah, perfect.
Absolutely. So I need one final thing from you. So everyone I interview gets to do an outro for this show. So you can say anything you want. You can promote anything you want. And we'll end the stream. Kasey, over to you.
Oh, I can't do this. People do this to me. It's been great being on. Check out the next episode. I know it's going to be amazing because, of course, I'm on it. So check it out. See you soon.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching.